In 2023, you could buy this truck for $49,995. And today, that same truck is worth around $26,000, which isn't 5 years of driving or even 3. It's about 2 years. This is the Ford F-150 Lightning. And right now, it's depreciating faster than almost any vehicle sold in America. Faster than luxury sedans, faster than sports cars, faster than the gas-powered F-150 sitting right next to it on the same dealer lot. So let's get into why. Trucks are supposed to be the safe bet. That's the reputation full-size pickups have built over decades. You buy one, you use it, and 5 years later it's still worth real money. A Toyota Tundra can take over a decade just to lose half its value. That's the standard truck buyers expect. The F-150. Lightning breaks that pattern completely, and it's not because the truck is bad. Drivers who own one generally like it. It's quick, it's quiet, it does the job around town. It's because of a handful of very specific, very avoidable decisions, some made by Ford, some driven by the entire EV market, that are hitting Lightning owners in the wallet hard, and by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly which ones matter most and what to do whether you're already holding the keys or still deciding. Let's start with the base case, a 2023 Ford F-150. Lightning had a starting MSRP of $49,995, and based on current market data, that same truck is now trading somewhere between $26,000 and $32,000 depending on which valuation source you check. And if you put a percentage on that, the Lightning loses roughly 52% of its value within about 2 years of ownership. 2 years, half the truck's value gone. Compare that to a gas-powered F-150, which typically holds onto more than 60% of its value after 2 years. And even after a full 5 years, it's still worth significantly more than half its original price. So the Lightning hits that same rock-bottom number in a fraction of the time. And the Lightning isn't even the worst offender in its own category. The Chevrolet Silverado EV loses almost half its value in the first year alone, trading at around 53% of its original price after just 12 months. So the Lightning at least takes 2 years to get there. This is the part that should actually make you angry if you bought one early. Reason 1. Ford keeps cutting the price of the new one, and every time Ford lowers the sticker price on a brand new Lightning, every single used Lightning already on the road instantly becomes overpriced by comparison. Nobody's going to pay $40,000 for a 2-year-old truck when a brand new one just dropped to $45,000. And Ford has done this multiple times since launch, so each cut sends a shockwave through every existing owner's resale value overnight. Reason 2. Ford is quietly backing away from the platform, shifting investment toward hybrid and extended-range electric trucks instead of doubling down on the current Lightning. And that kind of signal makes used buyers nervous, because if the manufacturer itself looks like it's stepping back from a specific EV platform, why would anyone pay a premium for a used one? So buyers price that uncertainty in immediately. Reason 3. The used EV market is flooded. Over the last year and a half, hundreds of thousands of off-lease electric vehicles have come back into dealer inventory nationwide, and that's a massive wave of supply hitting a market where demand for used EVs hasn't kept pace. So, when the market gets flooded, prices get crushed, and trucks are not exempt from that. Reason 4. Real-world doubts about range and towing. Gas truck buyers know exactly what they're getting. A 5-year-old F-150 tows, the same as a new one as long as it's maintained, but used EV truck buyers aren't nearly as confident. Range in cold weather, battery health over time, and towing range cut in half under heavy loads all make used buyers hesitant to pay a premium, which forces dealers to slash prices just to move inventory. This isn't a Ford-only problem. It's an electric truck problem across the board. The Chevy Silverado EV, as mentioned, is losing value even faster than the Lightning in year 1. The GMC Hummer EV presents a different version of the same story. Its percentage loss looks less dramatic, but the dollar amount is brutal. A Hummer EV that's stickered near $110,000 can shed $30,000 to $40,000 in just 3 years, which is more money than most people spend on an entire used car, disappearing in depreciation alone. Even the Tesla Cybertruck, despite generating more hype than almost any vehicle in recent memory, lost roughly 37 to 38% of its value within its first 12 months, and early buyers who paid around 6 figures for a Foundation Series truck have seen trade-in offers land in the mid-$60,000. Across the entire electric vehicle category, the average 5-year depreciation is now around 57%, compared to about 34% for gas-powered trucks. And that's the widest gap in the entire auto industry between electric and gas depreciation curves, with full-size trucks feeling it hardest, because truck buyers expect and depend on long-term resale value more than almost any other segment. If you already own a Lightning or a Silverado EV, here's the uncomfortable truth. The depreciation has probably already happened. The steepest drop occurs in the first 2 to 3 years, so if you're past that window, you're likely closer to the bottom of the curve than the top. If you're shopping new, understand exactly what you're signing up for. A $50,000 plus electric truck is not going to behave like a $50,000 gas truck when it comes time to sell or trade it in. So budget for that reality up front instead of getting surprised by it in 3 years. And here's the flip side, almost nobody talks about. If you're a patient used buyer, this is genuinely one of the best deals in the entire truck market right now. A nearly new Lightning at half its original price can be a legitimately smart purchase, as long as you go in with your eyes open, check the battery health report before you buy, and don't assume the range number on the dash is the real number in cold weather with a full load. A $50,000 truck losing half its value in 2 years isn't a fluke. And it isn't really about the Lightning being a bad truck, it's price cuts, a wavering platform commitment, a flooded used market, and buyers who still don't fully trust electric trucks with real work yet. Gas trucks built their reputation on stability over decades. Electric trucks are still writing theirs. And right now that story is being written in red ink for anyone who bought early. If this saved you from an expensive surprise, subscribe. I break down the real numbers behind car buying decisions every week, not just the numbers on the sticker, and let me know in the comments. Would you buy one of these used at half price? Or is the depreciation itself the red flag?